Mercifully, Sunday week 8 is wrapping up. Welcome to the favorites. I'm your host, Brandon Kravitz, joined by my fellow compadres, Kendra Middleton and Stuckey, the Prime Minister. A lot to discuss here. We'll get the big moments, the big storylines, National Tight Ends Day. We'll give you a little preview of Steelers Packers tonight, a Monday Night Football parlay as well. But first, a recap of the two kings and a queen parlay. The Jets cover and win. Good job, Kendra. You shot your shot from overseas. Welcome back, by the way. A
Thank
thrilling
you.
finish there. I had the Saints, who benched Spencer Rattler today, if you're wondering how that went. And Stuckey's on the Commanders tomorrow night, plus 12 and a half. And because of me, it doesn't matter. So maybe we'll fit that into our Monday Night Football parlay just to get it back in there. But Kendra, welcome back. Did you miss us?
I did miss you guys actually. I went to try and listen to the podcast, but I did not have time and I was wondering if you guys were nice to me, but I never found out. But I did miss you guys.
Yeah, no, I think we were nice to you. Now, was I kind to myself? The answer to that would be no. I am in a shit mood tonight because I did not have a profitable Sunday, and I lost another head-to-head bet with Stuckey. I owe Stuckey crab cakes for those that have not been following along. We went head-to-head on Bears Ravens. I took the Bears at plus 6.5 on Tuesday because I thought, hey, if Lamar doesn't play, what incredible value that is. Closing line value is plush. I can't pay my bills with it, unfortunately. If I could, I'd be set till the holidays. It doesn't matter. He gets announced out. Shenanigans afoot. Tyler Huntley plays, and the Ravens win and not only cover the new spread of 2.5, they covered the original spread of 6.5. And I'm just beside myself right now. So, Stuckey, take another victory lap as I
I
continue
told
to
you,
go
even if
winless
Lamar
here.
doesn't play, they could still cover the 6.5, and I'd still like them in the
With
spot.
Tyler fucking Huntley. Like, this
Yep.
guy's been awful for the last couple of
The Bears
years.
defense has been awful for weeks. They've just been turnover marchants. They don't get the turnovers today, and they get shredded. And the Ravens defense was healthy. Um, yeah, it was a much needed win. A very bizarre situation would happen with what happened with Lamar. Like apparently he's going to start on Thursday in a short week. We'll see. But yeah, I think you're 0 and 5 head-to-head bets. So it's nice that if I go head-to-head with you, I know that all right, I got to throw a little extra on this bet. But what a boring
It was
day of football.
awful.
I won money today, and usually that's enough to have a fun day. I don't think I've ever been so bored watching an NFL Sunday. I mean, there was one close good finish, and that was Jets Bengals, the 0 and 7 Jets, who I that's the Bengals defense. That's one of the most embarrassing performances I've ever seen. Justin Fields, who looked like he couldn't complete a pass for weeks, has a wide receiver room of Arian Smith. Uh, who else was Lazard, and I don't even know the third was. And Tyler Johnson. And they put up 520 yards, come back from two touchdowns down late. Aaron Glenn, who always just looks frozen on the sidelines, like it's just like, oh my God, this season, they just looks completely frozen. Makes the call of the weekend, goes for two, down 14. They get it, score. Joe Flacco goes into the locker room to take a shit, comes out, shits on the field, I guess, again. And then, but the offense was fine. He played well, but
They
the
scored 38
defense,
points. Definitely
you
not. That
can't
was
give
such a
up
typical
500
Burrow.
yards to that version of the Jets offense. That's why you can't
Brees
take
Hall
this.
is the story. Give him his flowers.
Brees Hall was great. Isaiah Davis, yeah, everyone on the Jets was great. By the way, Brees Hall threw that pass. That was very reminiscent. You're too young for this, Kendra, but there was a Jets player back in like '07 who had a very almost the exact same play to pitch out to the running back, and then the running back went to throw it, and Herm Edwards was saying, "No, no, no, don't throw it," and then Ed Reed picked it off, and then Brian Billick was saying, "No, no, no, Ed, don't return it." and then Reed took it 108 the other way. But this one, because the Bengals defense is so incompetent, Mason Taylor just plucks it out of the air. I can't believe that Hall threw it. And then I can't believe that it was caught. But congrats to the Jets on getting their first win. And thank you to both teams for giving us at least a minute of some excitement. Man, what a boring day. I mean, then I was like, all right, well, the 4 o'clock last week, the early slate was awful, but the 4 o'clock games were good. I mean, the 4 o'clock games
Yeah.
today were horrendous.
They
So
I thought
screwed
hopefully,
Cowboys,
us with this
yeah, it
schedule.
was
you can't
awful.
put
I
the
thought
Titans on at four
Cowboys,
o'clock if there's only 3 games. League that has to be a new like just league rule. So hopefully that means we have some exciting Sundays coming because the witching hour I live for.
The bye Mageddon was this week, though. We had 6 teams on the bye.
Yeah,
did
and
not
just
help.
bad games. So hopefully that means uh they're coming, but the last 2 weekends have been rough.
National Tight Ends Day delivers again. Tight ends across the league accounted for 10 touchdowns, 7 different tight ends, if my account was right, scored between Thursday night, Oronde Gadsden, to this evening. Kendra, I'm a little disappointed I didn't just sit out everything else and just bet anytime touchdowns with tight ends, but
I said that on
that would
Twitter. I
that would have been a
said that.
profitable day.
I said that on Twitter. I set a reminder for myself for next season to find out when National Tight Ends Day is and just put
And we
some
talked.
dollars.
Here's the thing, Kendra. We talked about it. We said, "Hey, listen, it's out there." We were aware of it, but it felt like last year it just hit so hard that it's not going to happen again. Everybody's going to go chasing these touchdown stats with these tight ends, and it delivered again. So I guess it's one of those things like we often talk about fading the public. This is one of those areas where National Tight Ends Day. It's a day for all of the casuals to have fun, and I think I'm going to join them next year.
I think that that's the way to do it. I guess it's just you got to feed your guys when the time allows for it. I got in on it last year, forgot about it this year because I was abroad, and I cannot forget about it next year again because you're just leaving money on the table, it feels like.
A couple of the other big storylines: the Giants' swag was extinguished. Jackson Dart melted down, and a lot of that happened after Cam Scattaboo, horrendous injury with his ankle twisting in ways that your ankle is not supposed to twist. Philly looks like they're all the way back. Their passing offense came back a week ago. This week, Jalen Hurts had 4 passing touchdowns. That's not even the story of their offense. Saquon Barkley was unbelievable in today's game, and the Patriots extend their winning streak to 5 games. Drake May looking like a legit MVP candidate. Stuckey, among those or others, what was your biggest takeaway from the Sunday action?
Yeah, I don't know if the Eagles are all the way back. I mean, the Giants' run D is horrific, and then they had more cornerback injuries. Their cornerbacks were Banks, who's unplayable, and Black, who just came up from the practice squad. He's on the scout team. Like, that is as bad as you could ever have it in your secondary. And the Giants guy, I had no money on the game. The Giants got a horrendous whistle. They had a long touchdown call back for an OPI, which was complete horseshit. And then Hurts on another tush push clearly fumbled the ball, and they copped out with the forward progress.
The
That
offensive
play,
pass interference was crazy too.
yeah, yeah, that's what I just said. That was awful. Like awful call. The tush push, yeah, another play that the refs botch in the Eagles' favor that led to another touchdown. I mean, the Eagles are the right side, but the Giants were so beat up on defense. Their secondary was in shambles. But then Scattaboo going down. It's a shame. The Giants are cursed. Like Dart, Scattaboo, Neighbors. It would have been fun. And
Yeah,
now we're just
He's still
down.
balling though. It's impressive. Like he went out there even after Scatterbo got hurt, had a rushing touchdown, still trying to make the receivers that he has left work. I would love to get money on him as the offensive rookie of the year right now, but with what he's left to work with, I can't get there.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
the
got nothing. I mean,
offense
Bellinger
is
got hurt
ravaged.
too. I mean, like the lead, he was. I mean, how many times can you throw to Theo Johnson and Wandale Robinson and put up numbers? It's a shame because the Giants were like there was a little glimmer there, and then the Broncos meltdown, and then today more injuries. So, and then in regards to the Patriots game, yeah, just not a great matchup for the Browns, just because their passing offense is terrible, and that's how you have to attack the Patriots. and you can beat this Browns defense with explosive passes, and that's what Drake May does. His deep ball right now is pristine.
Best in the league.
And I mean the Patriots also got their run game going. I mean, they averaged over 5 yards a carry, close to 200 yards rushing. The Browns
Bravion is here.
Browns
Yeah,
pretty much nothing except Myles Garrett deserves a shout out for 5 sacks.
for sure. Did you guys see how mad he was on the sidelines? That's something I would be so scared to be around. Are we kidding?
Yeah,
When he threw his helmet.
he wanted to go back in, maybe set a record. I believe Derek Thomas has the record with 7 back in 91, somewhere around there. Um, and yeah, Garrett wanted to go back out there and get 6 or 7 sacks. He was destroying Will Campbell, and
I was
any of the
just
Patriots
gonna
starters.
ask you if you thought that it said more about Will Campbell or more about Myles Garrett today.
Probably a little bit of both. I mean, Garrett can embarrass rookies. But I mean, the Patriots offensive line definitely has issues. It's a more credit to what May has done in his deep ball this year and his pocket awareness and his scramble
McDaniels.
ability. Because like the run game hasn't been there all year. It was today. The offensive line and the protection isn't great. It's not like he has the best weapons in the league. So he's definitely playing really well. Wasn't a great matchup for the Browns. And the Browns defense, like it is, we've seen it. We have a huge sample size now. It's night and day. At home, they suffocate teams. Doesn't matter who you are. On the road, it's just not the same team. Um, and then speaking of not the same teams, well, it wasn't a great day of people that said there's not a drop off between Bryce Young and Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton
Woof.
was
Awful.
miserable. Uh,
Terrible. I saw someone tweet, I want to say it was like JP Acosta or somebody, and he goes, he doesn't even look like Unc. He looks like my granddad.
it was bad. Epineza had an incredible interception, but yeah, the Panthers' run D has been really good. The Bills were able to run all over them, and the Bills' run defense has been really bad. The Panthers were not able to get their run game going, so that was a bit surprising. And then the same thing with the Falcons. A lot of people said like it's going to be an upgrade with Kirk Cousins. I know that Drake London was out, but wow,
What the
that
hell
is
happened to them?
that's one of the most shocking results of the year. Miami winning 34-10 didn't even feel that close. Like Tua had a really efficient day, 20 of 26, 210-ish, I think, 4 touchdowns. But the most surprising thing is this horrendous. I know that and that was the biggest upset of Tua's career, point spread wise. I know that the Falcons defense had some injuries, Diablo and Walker, a couple guys in the front seven, but the Falcons offense. And I know it was Kirk Cousins, he did not look good. But like Bijan, 9 carries for 25 yards and a fumble. I mean, it was basically like Kyle Pitts showed up and nobody else did anything. I mean, there's no Drake London. Darnell Mooney had 1 catch for 11 yards. That is a horrendous Falcons loss, and they've been really good at home. And we'll see on them because there might be an opportunity to buy them low next week if Penix is back in London because they're at
They
the
play the
Patriots.
Yeah.
Patriots.
Curious to see what
Well,
that
we'll save some of that for Tuesday. By the way,
number
favorites
is.
went 9-2 against the spread in week 8, entering our Sunday night football game. And the Dolphins, one of those two that were able to cover the spread as an underdog, and they won
The
outright.
Dolphins and Jets, the only 2 dogs, as you would have expected.
Yeah, so bad day if you back the dogs. Before we get to Sunday night football, I'm going to toss it to Kendra for a word about our partners at DraftKings.
The Favorites podcast has teamed up with DraftKings Sportsbook, where new customers can bet $5 and get $300 back in bonus bets if your bet wins, and 3 months of NBA League Pass. To get started, use promo code FAVORITES when signing up with DraftKings. Again, use code FAVORITES when signing up and bet $5 to get $300 back in bonus bets if your bet wins, plus 3 months of NBA League Pass. The crown is yours.
Our best and worst of the Sunday slate. Kendra, kick us off. Who you got?
We just talked about this, but I feel like my vote has to be Andy Dalton. I am the leader of the Sad Cat Nation on this podcast. That was just terrible. That was the I did not expect him to look that bad. I know I said that on Twitter. I knew that he had really declined towards the end there, especially like last year when you bench Bryce, bring him in, go back to Bryce. You have to expect that he's probably really truly just there for, experience, morale, what have you. And because the quarterback carousel of backups in the league is just insane. But that was horrible. My GOAT, got to go back to the P words. It's got to be Drake May. I know we just talked about him too, but he is kicking ass, taking names, out kicking the coverage he has with that wide receiver room and that offensive line, despite Myles Garrett getting after him all day. Just some of the plays that I've seen him make the last couple of weeks. I have to say that I was wrong about this Patriots season, it looks like. So, got to give them their flowers. I've definitely been against them this season. So, I don't even know how else you go anywhere else with your Wotan goat of the week. Maybe you could go the Falcons or Raheem Morris
Well,
in general. Maybe it's got to be Raheem if it's with the Falcons, because what the hell is going? Wow.
we could just go with all of week 8 if we wanted to, with how
Yeah.
bad today's games were. But the Patriots do deserve a proper shout out. They are 3 wins away now, middle of the season. They're 3 wins away from hitting their win total over. If for those that were sitting on an 8.5. Stuckey, what about you? Goats and woats today.
GOAT for me would be CJ Stroud. Texans were my favorite bet today. And yeah, he was dominant. I mean, San Fran's defense can't get after the passer. And if that's the case, people say that like Stroud is a terrible quarterback. He's behind a bad offensive line that just crumbles against competent defenses that can get pressure. When he plays defenses that can't get pressure, he can still make all the throws. And he was throwing to a bunch of Iowa State young receivers who had, I think, 13 catches for 150 and 2 touchdowns, and Noel, Higgins, and Hutchinson. And Stroud, I think, went 30, like 30 of 38 for 308. I could be making that up, but it sounds about right. Uh, there was a time in that game where the Texans had a 447 to 148 yardage advantage. Now they're the Texans, so they were only up 8 at the time, but um, they should have been up like 30 at the half. It was the lowest amount of time of possession by one team since 2009. And that's the 49ers, like a ball control offense. They had the ball for 5 minutes. That's it. 5 game minutes in the
CMC
first
had
half.
25 yards rushing in this game. He had 200 total yards last week. So total drop off
Yeah,
for
and this is
him.
the 49ers were kind of fraudulent. Like they've been getting away with close wins. This Texans defense is the best defense they've played by far. And they just had a ton of injuries on defense, like that they weren't going to keep getting away with it. So yeah, that was like a circle the wagons Texans spot, and they were dominant. Final score doesn't even do it justice. My woe, the one bet I lost today was the Saints, so I guess I have to go Rattler. I mean, all you had to do in that game is not turn it over, and you probably cover. I mean, the Bucks offense did nothing. The Bucks had 210 yards. They averaged 3.8 yards per play. Um, and you throw the pick six after the huge goal line stand, which is massive. There was 3 more turnovers. His wide receivers didn't help him either. They had a couple fumbles, drops, but Rattler he has been good against the blitz. He was not reading the Bulls blitz, so I give credit uh, to Bowles, and I give credit to one of the like. I mean, the Bucks offense was so beat up they really couldn't do much. One of the players of the game for Tampa, and if you had the Bucks, this might be one of your goats, was uh, Anthony Nelson, who was replacing Hassan Reddick, who was out with an injury, and he had that incredible pick six, and then just
Yeah,
stiff
just
armed
walked into the end
That
zone.
was
Rattler. Like
nuts.
that is like a career ender if you have that on film of that happening to you. Um, so yeah, they'll be curious to see what the Saints do at quarterback. They're at the Rams next, so that'll be something to keep an eye on. And my goat from just like a watching perspective was Jonathan Taylor. I mean, the Colts are a machine. They sweep the Titans again. That they have the most sweeps of any divisional team since realignment over one other team, one other opponent. and that's the Colts over the Titans. They were dominant, put up 38. Jonathan Taylor, 3 touchdowns. Incredible run. And this is like, look, we don't even have the Woat, the real Woat coach in Tennessee anymore. And Mike McCoy pulls what the Woat would have done. You're 1-6 and you're down 14 playing the 6-1 first place team on the road. It's 4th and 3 at their 42, and you punt for a net of 22 yards, and Jonathan Taylor takes the next play 80 yards for a touchdown. Like, ridiculous. So, yeah, producer saying Taylor's 35-1 MVP at DK.
That might be worth a shot. By
Might
the
be
way,
worth a
the
sprinkle. I just think
Colts,
it's going to be, if Mahomes stays healthy, this is just like his year to win it, and that offense is probably going to
yeah,
be.
I mean, you don't often get running backs that are winning this award, but the Colts right now are running away with the point differential battle with the rest of the NFL. Plus 116. No one's even close. They are just killing teams every single week. My goat is Tua. We got to give credit where credit is due here. He's been awful this season, but he comes into the game. I don't know if it's like pink eye or
Yeah,
what.
yeah, for sure. Pink eye.
Swollen eye, has an illness, plays this best game of the year. 20 of 26, 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. He looked like old Tua. Misdirection, throw left. You know, it was it was good to see it. And I don't know how many more times he'll get it, but he was really good today. My wote, I could easily give it to the Bears and the Saints. They made me want to throw up today. Just money down the drain for a couple of quarterbacks that used to play at OU. But I'm going to give mine to Woody Johnson. He shits on his quarterback earlier in the week, and then Justin Fields goes out, leads a comeback to give the Jets their first win of the season. And Fields isn't great by any stretch, but dude, look in the mirror. Like this, your organization is a mess because of you, not because of him. And
It's
I
like
was
that
proud
meme.
of Fields.
It's like that meme where the guy is like, who could have done this after he like shot somebody? I think it's like an SNL skit or whatever. It's like you did this, but it made me really, really sad. I don't know if you guys saw Justin Fields' post-game press conference where he was talking about, he was like, I'm going to be really vulnerable with you guys for a second, but he was crying in his closet on the floor
Yeah.
earlier this week. Like it just, I think sometimes people need to take a step back, and we're all guilty of making jokes and stupid tweets and engagement farming at times or anything like that. But the same thing with us when people are mean to us. Like we can relate to it online, but sometimes people need to take a step back and realize that these are human beings with jobs, and that sometimes people take it a little too far. Sometimes it's the owner, sometimes it's, people on Twitter, whatever. But that made me really freaking sad. Like I was sitting in my Uber home from work and I just was like, well, damn, that ruined my night. That made me so sad because we've all cried on the floor of our closet once or twice.
Been a minute
Well,
for
that's
me.
yeah, and that makes me happier for him that he got the win today. I'll throw a bonus vote out there, and that's what well said, Kendra. My bonus vote is the Dak today for a couple of reasons. I mean, the Cowboys offense just isn't the same on the road. And Patrick Surtain went out with an injury, and Prescott still threw for less than 200, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. And the Cowboys defense is a joke. Although I have to give credit, Bo Nix had a horrible throw to start the game. Then he was good the rest of the way. But the reason Dak, and who's played at an MVP caliber level prior to today, the reason I'm going to say he's a bonus vote, he threw an awful pick at the end of the first half that prevented us from getting a chance at watching Brandon Aubrey try a 70-yarder in that air in the altitude, which I think they would have done, and I would have liked to see that on a day where nothing happened and nothing exciting happened.
Yeah.
I was the 4 o'clock slate. That was like what I was looking forward to. And then Dak just said, you know what, I'm going to just throw a pick over the middle of the field. So bonus wote to Dak for robbing me of just any joy in the 4 o'clock slate.
Screw you, Dak. All right, we're gonna get our Monday Night Football fast past parlay that we will get to you in just a moment. Packers Steelers tonight, one of my biggest plays on the week. Steelers +3. It's not even it. This is the shittiest feeling with an NFL Sunday. And another disclaimer to not chase. I will not be doing that. I'm down 4 units today. I have 2 on the Steelers. Even if I cover, it's still a losing weekend. It is what it is. I
Yeah,
still
that's
like
okay. I just
Pittsburgh
think
plus 3.
it's just another game. That's how
Okay,
you have to
wait, hear
look
me
at it.
out though. Do we go
Oh,
Freiermuth anytime?
I can't put anything else on this slate, but you guys have fun. Sounds like
Jonnu
a great
Smith
idea.
over 26.5 receiving yards. That's what Kerner says. Uh, so that's apparently the play tonight. I don't have anything tonight in the game.
I don't
How about
So
know.
you,
The
hopefully it's
Kendra?
Freiermuth
good. Hopefully it's
anytime is
competitive.
staring at me.
Jesus.
Yeah, just give us a good game. So are you on that, or was that more of like a can I get a groundswell of momentum here?
No, that was more so just a reaction to our National Tight Ends Day. Do I go in and, mess with the Freiermuth anytime
Kendra, we've been
Massachusetts kid?
overthinking it all day. Just fire on it. Just
I
do it. Somebody's got to
had a
profit
good
off of
day.
this.
I'm like scared to fuck it up at this point. I had a really
Yes,
good day, and now I'm like, I don't.
it's
Jonnu on
funny.
anytime.
Jonu. Okay. Going off the beaten path there. Monday Night Football, Chiefs Commanders. Let's do our DraftKings Monday Night Football Fast Pass Parlay. This is not like our Thursday parlay where we can argue with each other. We have to accept the plays here and move on. I'm gonna throw Rashee Rice over 5.5 receptions in there. 10 targets in his first game back. It's clear that he's the number one guy in the passing attack. For him to get that sort of volume after missing as much time as he did, happy to add that one to the card here. Kendra, what do you got?
I'm between two, but I think I'm gonna go with McLaurin anytime plus 300 because I don't think we'll ever see value like that ever again, ever from him.
Yeah, I saw him. I think his receptions is at like 3.5 also.
Yeah, I get that
And
they probably aren't
yeah,
going to be passing the ball a ton because obviously that's not going to be their bread and butter this game. It'd probably
they might
be more
have to.
yeah, that's what I think so too. Because if they get behind early, and that's going to be their guy, that's got to be their guy. He's your best receiver. You're going to have to find him at some point if you want to stay in this game. And I just don't think we're ever going to get value like that from McLaurin ever again.
Debo's back in this one too. Stuckey, do you want to just add Commanders plus 11.5 or plus 12
Yeah, plus 11
in
and a half
into the
at DK
parlay?
right now. That's fine. This is just too high. I mean, in my opinion, like the drop off from Daniels, the current version of Daniels. This isn't the Daniels that was playing at an MVP level last year. This is the Daniels that no matter what stat you look at, he's playing at a pure league average level. And Mariota, it's a small sample size. I get it's 150 snaps. It's against some questionable defenses over the past years, but he's top 3 in success rate, EPA per play, A dot. He can run this offense, and you have McLaurin, you have Debo back. Washington also can run the ball. Kansas City's run defense has been leaky. What does that mean? They can sustain drives. Mariota can also use his legs, and that means you can keep Mahomes on the sidelines. The Kansas City offense is on the upswing. I get it. They have Rice and Worthy back, but they will be without 2 starting offensive linemen here. And I just think this is too many points. Like this is a great buy low, sell high spot. This is a desperation spot for Washington. And mainly, I just think that this should probably be like 10, 9.5, 10, not 11.5. Like Mariota can run this offense. The Washington defense is terrible, but schematically, they can get some pressure. And with the Chiefs' offensive line issues, might be able to get a stop or two that way. But this this Washington offense can score, especially with their weapons back. And Mariota can is one of the best backups in the league. He can run this offense, and I like that they can run it. And yeah, I think it's too many points. So let's go with the Commanders plus 11.5.
Had I not fucked up our parlay with the Saints, we would be sitting on a 12.5, but that number has since vanished. So that bet is
So
null
it's
and
going to end
void now.
12.
Did we just get a breaking news update? Brian Kelly is out at LSU. I know this is an NFL betting
What?
podcast, but holy shit.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. But
$54 million buyout. These guys, I mean, these colleges are just throwing money in the trash
that's
can.
the American dream.
Unbelievable.
Become an FBS head coach at a power program,
Like
and
Stuckey,
then
these guys don't go away. Like you would
get
think
paid to stop doing your job.
I get a $50 million buyout and like James Franklin is already looking for his next job. Just go lay down somewhere.
I
What are you
think James
doing?
Franklin has to. contractually.
The fight for Lane Kiffin begins.
Yeah, I think that Franklin's required to look for a new job in coaching or broadcasting per his contract to receive the full buyout. Um, and it's to make a good faith effort, it says in the contract, um, because it would help if he does get a new job, it would help reduce the buyout. Um, so like the buyout would be reduced by whatever the salary he earns in his new role. So he has to make a good faith uh attempt at doing it. So, and he probably maybe still has the itch. I mean, you get into coaching, you probably love coaching, but that also is part of it. He is contractually obligated, but yeah, Brian Kelly, the crowd was chanting "Fire Kelly" at the end of that game last night. So
Yeah,
it turned ugly.
he is kind of a dick.
So
By the
yeah,
way,
he's very annoying.
Sean Kerner did put in the app over on Jonnu Smith at, I believe that was 24 and a half yards. So if you guys
Yeah,
want
you
to
don't listen
detail
to me.
that.
I told you that 4 minutes ago.
I heard you.
Thank you.
Okay. Did you give
When
out
are
the
we getting
yardage?
crab cakes?
Oh,
When are,
yeah,
when are the
Yeah, you got to
when
send
are-
me crab cakes.
Just
Yeah,
send
when is
me
that
a
I'll send you
happening?
my
Just
address.
send me a link, whatever crab cake you want. I'll come through. I can't stand this. I can't
You should
stand.
send them from like the word. He lives in Middle America.
I thought
So
about sending him just like a little crab stuffed animal that you can pick up at Publix, but
No, I have my spot in Baltimore. I'll send you the
okay.
link.
All right, so our parlay: Rashee Rice over 5.5 receptions, Terry McLaurin over yardage. What did you have that at, Kendra?
300, I think is currently where it's at. Let me refresh this. Yeah.
For McLaurin yardage?
Oh no, I had him for an anytime.
Anytime touchdown. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So awesome. Commanders plus 11.5. That together over DraftKings is plus 850. So we got McLaurin touchdown, Rashee Rice over on his catches, and the Commanders cover the spread.
It is 290. My bad.
Well, we got the price in there, plus 850. We're good to go. Good luck, everybody. I hope that your Sunday night is better than my Sunday afternoon. The favorites will return on Tuesday afternoon right here on the Action Network YouTube page when we talk week 9 in the NFL. Good luck with your bets tonight. We'll see you next time here on the favorites presented by DraftKings.
See you Tuesday.